Alright, what's up, party people? Tomboy Official. I wanted to talk about my crypto adventures. Um, Now, guys, if you know me well, you know that I am not really like any kind of financial advisor. I talk about my own personal experience with finance related things on occasion, just in the case that it might help somebody, and especially in these times where people need and want money. Now, if you're broke, if you have debts, if you don't know what you're doing, if you just have money that you want to play with, that's how I would consider looking at crypto. Uh, if you just want to play with your money and expect to lose money with a volatile, range of things going on, that's how I see crypto. It's like a game. It's like, you know, um I don't know. I'm still into like the traditional market of things, even though we all know that, the people at the top play with the money. They play with the housing market. They play with the banks. They play with, you know, national debt. They play with all these things, and there is some kind of weird, messed up strategy behind all of that that leads us to become into weird recessions every few years. Um, in my lifetime, I've witnessed two of them, but I think I've been through three of them because I think there was one when I was younger too. But I don't really know. But if you think of it, there's a cycle that happens with like recessions and things like that, and it's on purpose. Um, so, kind of the way I look at it is, you wait until times like this when the market's low and everything sucks, and you kind of start buying stuff when it's low for the long term game, you know. Um, it's not an uncommon practice for people to hold for like 5 years or so, uh, 5, 7, 10 years to wait to see their returns. Um, and so if you play your cards right, you're not going to be like losing tons of money. I mean, we see people like the Dogecoin millionaire who, got, I think, up to multi-million dollars holding Doge, and then he didn't sell, and he's no longer a multimillionaire as far as I know, unless he's making money through some other income source. But and people play around, a lot. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Another thing I've noticed that there's a lot of people trying to sell their own products. A lot of people who talk about crypto have these um like, I guess, like signal software or different types of things like that. Like I mentioned briefly that I was kind of getting into, making chat bots, and then from there, you know, I would go into like trading bots. Um, but you can you can use the bot that's already built into KuCoin. There's already like a bot built into that, and if you go to, what's that guy? The guy who does like the news on finances and the economy and stuff. I think his name is Clear Value Tax or something like that. Clear Value Tax on YouTube. He um he makes a lot of videos. And one of that's how I heard about the KuCoin bot trading, was through him, and he lost a lot of money in his demonstration. And so it just goes to show, like, you can know a lot about finance and still be losing money left and right, investing in all kinds of stuff. Lately it's just not it's not too predictable, but you know, if the market is going to recover, which is what we all are stuck like depending on, we all expect it will recover. Um, at least by the looks of things on the surface, whatever it is that's going on the back end behind the scenes. I mean, we don't know what the heck these people are doing. You know, it's like our national debt increases, it never goes down. And so something's wrong. You know, it's like something's going wrong. Like, right? Um, we all know that, like, the IRS or FTB or whoever it was hired like hundreds of workers to crack down on taxes. Um, so I don't know. Like, I think it's okay. So I wanted to talk about my crypto adventures. I don't really have a lot to say. I mostly wanted to talk about the app STEPN, STEPN. Um, Now back in April of 2022, it was almost $5. GMT, STEPN GMT, which is a coin that you use in the game. There's GMT, there's GST, and there's Solana. Now I don't remember and did not have any real desire to go back in and like check and see what these things are. Like what is backing what and what the heck it doesn't mean. But I know, I opted into playing this game because I thought it was fun. And I had money to blow, so I was like, let me blow some money. It was basically what STEPN is, and I'm not recommending people buy this or anything. I mean, if you're gonna buy it, I mean, nowadays you can buy one of the NFT sneakers that you use in the game. So basically, it's a game that you buy an NFT sneaker and you use it every day or every so often. I mean, it's in the game, so you basically have to have your smartphone, and you can't really do this on a computer because like you could probably buy things and open your account and things on a computer, maybe. I don't know. But I think you have to do it all through the app because you need the app to actually like mine. Basically, you're mining by using this app, and you purchase a sneaker. So it would be almost equivalent to going into a store, purchasing a sneaker, into like a physical store, purchasing a sneaker, and whatever quality that sneaker is, it's going to cost more based on the qualities, or the cheap ones are like maybe like the off brand or like the cheap quality, and but basically with this game, the more you walk or jog or run per day, you get, you know, increments of crypto based on your speed that you're calculating through the app. Now, I know Sweatcoin tried this before, and their cash out, I think you could cash out with prizes, and it just took so much walking that it just took forever to earn. Now, when I first started with StepN, you could make about $50 a day, a few $100s a week. But there's a lot of catches with this. So back then, you couldn't really get a cheap sneaker because, the price of Solana and GMT was like really high. Like I said, like it was like almost $5. It was just under $5, was the cost of one GMT. And these sneakers were going for like, I don't know how many GMT back then. Like you were paying like $600 or something for like one that would be decent. And you'd want a sneaker that's decent because the better quality it is, the more likely you are to earn more money. Now, back when I was doing it, and this is over a year ago now, over a year and a half, I was making about $6 to $12 a day, maybe $15 a day, I think. Now the catch is you really can't just be walking all day, and it's really not long periods of time. Like I don't even know if I ever got to a period of time where it was like a 30-minute walk. I think it was 20 something minutes, and that would earn me like, I think on the lower end it was like $2 or $3, but I think on the higher end, like if I would go fast, it was like $12, $9, but it really would depend on like what GMT was worth. And so, because you're mining GMT as you're walking. And so basically, you have this NFT sneaker that, like, as you walk, it needs repairs, right? So every freaking time you earn, you have to take some of that money and repair your sneaker so that the next time you go use it, it's going to be in proper shape for you to use it. So you have to, get your sneaker together, make sure it's like working. um and you have to keep putting a little bit of money back into it from what you make, so there is a cost to using it. There's a cost to starting the game because you have to like get the sneaker, and you have to get one that's like adequate enough that you're going to earn any money, because the worse quality the sneaker is, like, you could probably get a really cheap sneaker now, but it's not even going to earn anything because also all the prices of everything is so low um right now. So you're not able to really get that much money. And I think they cracked down on it because, in China people were doing some weird thing with like multiple phones, and then like earning more money because you had multiple phones running at the same time. And so like for one session of walking or jogging or running, you would be earning on every phone. And so they kind of made it so you can't really do that, and they cracked down on it. I can't remember when. And then I don't even know if I'm making sense talking about this because I don't talk about it too often, but uh because the price of Solana just kind of went up, I was trying to do a little math and see like if it's worth it. I mean, I said like back in April or so of 2022, GMT for STEPN, which is the in-game coin that you're earning, was like $4.90 at its max, but around $3 4 for like a while there. Now it's at 15 cents. So if you think about what you were earning then and what you can earn now, you'll be lucky if you earn like $1 in a day. Because you can't do it for that long. Like, it gives you a certain amount for your session, like 20 something minutes, and then you have to wait for the energy to recover, and that usually takes about 20 to 24 hours. So you can't really get in 2 full sessions in a day, unless you're up at all hours or something. But I think it really takes about 24 hours for it to replenish till you can make your full amount of money for that day, and you get like a 24-hour period. I think it has to be consecutive time because, like, once you start your timer and you start moving, I think you can pause, but I don't know for how long. And then when you're first starting too, um, you need to have a code. I remember purchasing my code for like, I don't know if it was $7 or $2 or something off eBay. Um, it's a risk. Whenever you're purchasing like something digital off eBay, it's a risk. But I did get it the same day that I purchased it, like within those few minutes, and it worked out. But because I never did this, I didn't use the app every single day. First of all, you can't use it indoors. So if you're on a treadmill or on an elliptical, you can't be like indoors trying to earn. You have to be outdoors. It tracks you being outside. So you have to be outside to use it. Um and then it doesn't tell you in advance how much you have to move or how fast. You just know when you start moving that you need to move faster to mine more, or it kind of keeps you within a certain range. Once you slow down, you're not earning anything. So you could technically be walking really, really slowly and not earn any money. And nowadays, the money that you are earning, like I mentioned, it's not a lot of money anyways. Um, I don't even think you can really get $1 a day, or unless you have a sneaker that is like really expensive. Um, you'll probably earn more. I don't know how much more, but it really depends on the price of the cryptocurrency in the game, like what it actually is at compared to the US dollar. Because basically, what you do is you have to transfer that money out into your wallet and transfer it into US dollars. So, say if before one GMT, let's say uh um let's say for $1, three, what am I trying to say? Let's say that GMT was you could get 4 GMT for $1, and let's say that you could mine 12 GMT a day, meaning that, a sneaker like mine, I might have been getting like $3 for like walking 20 minutes. Versus now, you know, um, you're getting like 15 cents, you know, 15 cents for $1. So, um, if I'm able to mine like, and I can't mine that much, it would be like barely any money. Like you're barely making any money. Like it's not even worth anything, you know. Um, and Solana, the price went up of Solana, but it's like I don't even know how these things are really related because you have to basically go and like transfer the money from these coins from this crypto in your wallet and then transfer it again in the game. And all these things cost fees. Like if you have Coinbase or whatever, just to buy Solana, you have to pay fees and then you have to transfer the money into the STEPN game and then you have to transfer that money to whatever money it is or whatever currency you use in the game to buy stuff in the game. That costs fees. And then it depends. Like, if you start the process even early in the morning, by the time it's evening, 6 p.m., if you don't finish the whole process, you might be paying a whole different price of what you thought you were paying, because it's so volatile. You're like, you think that you're paying this amount of money and it can dip or raise like hundreds of dollars within the day, and so I don't know, I can't really recommend it as like a financial decision. The thing that I like is the usability aspect of it. um you know when I think when I got involved with it, I don't think it was I don't think it was April 2022. Maybe it was. I don't remember it being that time though. Um, but yeah, I had to ask myself like, is the amount of walking I'm doing, because I had a jogger shoe. I still have it. I just kept it because it's like I already paid for the thing, and I can't really sell it. Like they always say, oh, you can resell it, but who are you reselling it to? Nobody wants a used one, And then like they're all on the market. And I guess way back, I kind of got into Axie Infinity as well. I didn't really spend a lot of money in it at all. STEPN was the first game that I think I put some money into with the expectation I'm just playing around. I'm probably not gonna make my money back and I didn't because the prices fluctuated within the time I started using the game. Everything started dipping, but other than that, it was fun, and I might get back into using it just to see how much it makes. And it's not to try to like get rich or anything. It's just it's a game, It's like it's a game that promotes physical activity of like cardio, walking, running, jogging. Um, but like I said, you're not getting like your full days walk in of like 30 minutes or whatever. Like it usually just kind of gets the ball rolling. It's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something. And, so I think if you did it like one direction, like, if you do like a loop or something, if you did it like one way, then while you were coming back the other way, you might, it might work out that way. You're walking like one way, uh, and then coming back to double the distance. Um, that's all I can really say about it. Um, it's a weird game. Um, I like it. I mean, I think now if people want to get into it, it's way cheaper. Like you could probably put in even less than $20. I don't know what the least amount is, but it's not like hundreds like it was way back then. Like you can put in like $20, maybe even less. Like I think you could get a shoe that's like way less money, but it's not going to make a lot of money. You have to build it up to be able to make more money. Like I'm just saying I can't recommend people buy this and start trying to make money with it. I would not recommend that at all. Because even when I was in it at the peak and I had a shoe that was like decent, I have a shoe that's at like level 7, so it's like in the middle, and it's still, I still wasn't even making that much money per day. Like I said, like I think the max I made was like 9 or 12 bucks a day, and the least I made was like maybe 3, and that was back then when everything was like tons of times more um than what it is now. Like now, these currencies are like a few cents, so you're not even really getting like, whole dollars, per day. Because by the time you transfer the money, like you're already losing money with all the amount you have to pay to like transfer it. You have to pay like to convert the money to this or convert the money to that. And then by the time all the fees are taken out, like even if you did earn 30 cents in a day, you're going to spend most of that trying to like transfer it back into your wallet. And so it's like you might actually end up with like 8 cents or something. It's like, really? Is 8 cents? I mean, it's not no money, but it's not a job. Like, you're not going to like make money doing this. You're not going to eat off of this. You're not going to, I mean, you'll be lucky if you do it every day for a week and get like $1, for a week, you know. Like it's good for exercise, it's good for like playing around, it's good for learning about crypto, and NFTs and stuff like that, like in an interactive way. That's kind of how I felt about Axie Infinity as well. It's good for learning about mining. It's good for learning about the market. It's kind of like a good learning tool because you can kind of see it in action and you're like, oh, because usually when you're looking at crypto currencies, there's not like any action. It's just like, okay, am I buying this or selling it? And that's all you really have. You're not like using it in any way. Most of us, I mean, there are places in different countries in the world where people get paid in crypto and rely on crypto, but no, you don't have to like rely on it. Um, so I don't know, guys. I don't know, but um, I'd say um, yeah, like it's up to the individual. Um, Really, I just treat it like a game. Like if you buy video games, that's basically what this is. It's like you're buying a video game. That's basically what it is. So think about if you are gonna ever buy it, think about how much money would you be willing to spend on a video game that helps you get a little bit motivated to walk and if or run or jog. But if you're really not making a lot of money, and you really don't like, that type of physical activity, I can tell you, like, even when I was making up to $12 or $9 or something a day, that wasn't motivation enough for me to do it every day. Just making like $12, and so for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of walking or whatever, it wasn't even a lot of walking, and I wasn't jogging, I was walking. And I've seen people, when you watch Biahez's video, I think he made like $50 or something. Like it's not hard. Um, but I would just think of it like that. If you are gonna buy it, I just like that it's a game that you can actually use that uses cryptocurrency, but I wouldn't use it to try to like make a bunch of money and make my money back, or like try to like make a bunch of money on the sneaker and like improve it and then sell it and make a profit. It's really, I mean, even when you look at the STEPN content, their content sucks. I gotta be legit with this. They are a cool company. The idea is nice, but it is a Ponzi scheme. Like it's just not. it's not, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to make it fun and cool, which it is. It's one of the first games of its type that's actually, putting crypto into use in a gaming method that's actually beneficial for your physical health somewhat. I mean, so that's kind of how I see it. Is like it does have a beneficial factor to it, but I mean, walking 15 to 20 minutes a day isn't gonna like heal all your problems. It's not gonna get you to your best fitness level ever. You got to still add more exercise to that, and then the money that you're making from it, unless everything starts like really increasing in worth, you're really not making a lot of money right now. And there is a lot of pump and dump with crypto. The more it goes up, the more it gets popular, the more people buy it because they think they're going to make more money. you know um it's just really, you know it's a weird world. So if you don't know a lot about it, don't get all hyped up, because whenever people are like, oh, like I can make money doing this, I want to make money, and like you're better off doing Uber Eats. You're better off, working for like Amazon deliveries, or working for Instacart or whatever. I mean, that's like solid money. You'll make more money doing like one delivery with that than you will in a whole day, or probably even a whole week of walking or jogging or running 7 days, unless you have like $1 million sneaker or something. Um, you're not gonna make a lot of money. But trust me, like it's just it's fun. It's a video game. That's what it is. It's not. People get blinded by the, oh, I can make money part. You cannot make a lot of money with this right now. There was a time when you could, and maybe that time might come back again, where in the future you might be able to make money with it again, and then even if that happens, it's still gonna go away. These coins are not stable. GMT, Solana, not stable. GST, which is another currency in the game, it's not stable, guys. You got to know what you're doing. So that's all I really have to say about it. You know, I like the game. I like games that you can like take outside. And Pokemon Go is kind of like that. You can like go outside and like it gets you like wandering around and stuff. Um, I kind of like the idea of using crypto to kind of like do something interactive. I really like that. It would be cool if they had it for like snowboarding and basketball and like all different types of sports. Because then like at least once you're outside and you're out like a little bit, like you've at least left the house, you can still go from there, get a good workout, go to the park, walk around on the trail a little bit, and then maybe run after that, or maybe go to the gym. I did this before a few times. This is how I used to use it. I used to go to the gym, and instead of doing my warm up in the gym, once I parked my car, I would walk around the area, because it was like a shopping center. I would walk around the shopping center area to get my exercise, walk around a couple times, walk around the block or so. And then when I came back, I'd get to my car, I'd get my stuff, and I'd go in the gym and I'd get in a workout. So it's like, I would earn a few dollars and then go to the gym. You know, it probably paid for my gym membership for like a couple months. But like I said, I didn't it I don't even know how to describe it. Like it only lasted for a small amount of time before, like, I got in right when it started dipping, and so I saw that I was making less and less and less and less money every single time. Not consistently like that, but like it was definitely from the time I started to the time I finished. After a few months or a couple months, I was making way less money, and to the point where it's like it's not worth this few cents I'm making, or even like portions of a cent. You know, it's like I wasn't doing it for the money. Um, Initially, I thought I was. It seemed like a cool idea to try, but I already knew I'm just playing around with this money. I'm just wasting money, just throwing money at a video game, basically. Because I wanted to try it, and it was a learning experience. I don't regret it, but I mean, I can't recommend these types of games for people unless you're in when everything's like pumped up, unless you get into a game, not this specific game, but like a different kind of game when it's like actually pumped up, and then you sell early before everything dies out. But waiting for something like that to come around and in the economy as it is, that's probably not going to help. But I am learning about crypto bots and how to build them, and so I'm kind of going to have more fun with that later on this afternoon. Uh, Once I finish building out this chat bot, I think I'll finish that today, and then I'll move on to my next phase and see what I can do with this other crypto project. But yeah, it's really not. It's more learning. I treat these things as like learning and just fun. Like we're all gonna spend our money on stuff anyways, you know. I'm gonna spend my money visiting a friend in Vegas. I'm gonna spend my money on concerts. Why not spend my money on some weird NFT game, you know? But that's how I treat it. Is like it's just another expense of something that interests me that I'm spending money on. I'm not treating it like, oh, I'm gonna get rich, or oh, I'm gonna make money, or oh, I'm gonna pay my bills and pay my groceries. Like I said, unless you get in the heyday when something's like really good, you're probably not gonna make money off of this stuff, you know. And if you do, it might be like a portion of a cent. You might make a whole cent, a whole 3 cents within like a week, you know. Like you really can't look at things like that, like, and expect to make a lot of money. And like I said, you max out for the day. So it's like once you've done your 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes of walking or jogging or running or whatever, once you finish that time, you can't just like wait 5 minutes and do it again. Like you have to wait till pretty much the next day to be able to do it again. And so, um, you can't make more than a certain amount of money in a day, because once you finish the time, you have to wait for your sneaker to regenerate. You have to put the money, the earnings, some little bit of earnings back into it so that it regenerates, and then like you can pay for different improvements and things like that. It's a freaking game. It's a video game that has in-game payments, and in-game currency, and I think it's fun, and especially now that you can get stuff at a really low rate, it might be fun for people. But I wouldn't recommend doing it to make money. I would recommend doing it for your physical health. If it's just something that, like, oh, if I paid some money for this game that gets me walking 15 minutes a day, and if you're really depressed and sedentary, and then it's like you can find a cheap sneaker that just motivates you, maybe it motivates you just that amount, that's worth it, I would say. But I wouldn't say dish out like hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on these sneakers, not at this time. I mean, if things change and things get better with this market, there might be a time where you are able to make money in the future, but just know that it can crash again. A lot of these things crash. Like, nobody even talks about STEPN hardly at all anymore. Nobody talks about Axie Infinity anymore. You know, so I don't know, guys. Think about it. Think it through. Don't get all like, you know, blinded by people saying they're making money off of stuff. Um, but I just wanted to put it out there because it was something I was looking into on the weekend, because I was like, oh, like Solana kind of like increased again. Um, but it doesn't mean anything. I'm just learning about it late because I kind of stepped away from crypto for a while. I don't recommend crypto uh, as anything other than like a game. And if you have the money to spend on it and you are interested in day trading and bots and stuff like that, just study it. Look at all the people who lose money. You gotta, even if you watch Biahez's videos where he's day trading and stuff, he loses thousands of dollars at a time. He shaved his head multiple times by day trading and losing money, or even using bots and losing money using bots. Like, people say that their bot makes money and all this kind of stuff, or their software is guaranteed to make you money or whatever. I mean, none of it's guaranteed. Don't buy into all the hype. Do people make money off of it sometimes? Yes. Um, can people make a lot of money often? Yes. Is it gambling? Yes. You know, um, but I mean, I can't tell people what to do with their cash, but you know, I think I got into it because of the stimulus money. It was one of my stimulus purchases. None of those, a lot of those didn't have rhyme or reason to them. But I really got more into investing with the stimulus money. Um, okay, guys, well, I gotta go make some breakfast and start getting on the road soon. With that, thanks for listening.